Tonight, I'm going to tell you a story about a place the living should never wander into. A place where silence is heavier than the air, and the dead are never truly gone. On the outskirts of an old Indian town lies Shamshan Ghat, an ancient cremation ground, surrounded by towering banyan trees and whispers carried by the wind. For generations, locals have stayed away after midnight, not because of superstition, but because of what they've seen and heard. This is the story of Arav, and the night he crossed paths with what should never be disturbed. It began with a simple mistake. Arav was returning home late, traveling alone through a forest path he'd taken 100 times. The night was unusually cold. Fog clung to the trees, and before long, he realized he had missed his turn. After walking deeper into the woods, he stumbled upon a clearing, and what he saw made his heart drop. The cremation ground, silent, abandoned, and yet somehow alive. Half-burnt pyres lay scattered across the soft ash. Thick banyan roots twisted across the earth, like they were reaching for something beneath the soil. In the center stood a small wooden shed, old, crooked, and stained with smoke. Every villager knows about that shed. They don't go near it. They don't talk about it. But Arav didn't believe in the stories. Not yet. As he stepped forward, the world around him seemed to freeze. The air grew heavier. Even the crickets fell silent. Then he heard it. Footsteps. But these footsteps weren't coming toward him. They were following his own. When he stopped walking, the footsteps stopped. When he took another step, they echoed a heartbeat later. A cold shiver crawled up his spine. "Hello," he whispered. "Is anyone there?" No answer. Just the distant crackle of a dying pyre. And then, from behind the banyan tree, a voice called out, soft, hollow, echoing like it came from a deep well. Arav. He froze. No one here knew his name. The pyre beside him flickered violently, as if reacting to the voice. Shadows grew long and distorted, twisting across the ground. The wooden shed door creaked open. Slowly, deliberately, something stepped out. Not walking, gliding. A tall, ash-covered figure, its limbs too long, its face blurred, its presence suffocating. The spirit drifted toward him, whispering again, this time louder. Closer. "Arav, come to me." And that was enough. He ran. Branches snapped behind him. The voice called his name again and again and again, each time more desperate, more distorted, less human. At the boundary of the cremation ground, Arav collapsed, gasping for air. The spirit stopped just at the edge, as if something invisible held it back. It stared at him with a face that didn't belong to this world. Then it whispered one final warning. "Do not return. The dead remember you now." And just like that, it vanished. At sunrise, villagers found Arav sitting near the gate, trembling, silent, and pale as the ash he'd walked through. He survived, but he was never the same. Even today, he refuses to pass near that forest. And some nights, when the wind is cold and the fog is thick, locals say they still hear a voice whispering through the banyan trees, calling a name that does not belong to them. The spirit of Shamshan Ghat is still waiting.